It was an extremely busy month, it was an extremely tiring month, but here is my July/Booktube-a-thon 2016 wrap-up. Hello everybody. If you haven't noticed, the quality of my videos have changed because I have updated my phone. I finally went from a Samsung Galaxy 3 to a Samsung Galaxy 7. I am very excited. I am very pleased with this video quality already, just watching the screen. And I finally have PokemonGO! I was all excited as soon as PokemonGO hit Canada. I went to my Google App Store and the device was like, oops, sorry, not compatible with the Samsung Galaxy S3. It's time for an update, obviously, because I got a Samsung Galaxy 3 and we're already on the 7, so I'm 4 models behind. I finally updated, has an amazing camera, and yes, I get to go collect Pokemon now because I'm an adult. July was a really exhausting month for me. I was covering a lot of holidays for girls at the office, so I was actually pulling a lot of 9 to 10 hour day shifts at the office, so I was pretty exhausted. I wasn't planning on joining in the Booktube-a-thon at all, but I ended up watching everyone's TBRs and getting really excited and didn't want to feel left out, so I decided to join in the Booktube-a-thon as I could. So I decided to read some of the reading challenges. I did post a couple of TBRs and followed absolutely none of them, so I am terrible with any TBR videos. But I did read a couple of books and did a few Instagram challenges. In fact, some of the Instagram challenges were some of my favorite Bookstagram book pictures to date. I really enjoyed my Rainbow Stack one, which I included Joy and Sadness Funko Pops in. It had like a sunbeam hitting at the right spot. It was just perfect and I loved it. I also really enjoyed my book quote photo with the "Not all those who wander are lost," as well as my Middle-earth map photo with the Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. One of the people I follow on Instagram did a map and book picture, so I kind of borrowed that idea and credited her in that. It was a really good idea, so I did that with my Middle-earth map. So for a quick Booktube-a-thon wrap-up, I read a total of 3 books, so I didn't complete many of the challenges. I didn't even get near to 7 books, but I did really love the books that I did read, which was A+. So the book I first read for the Booktube-a-thon was one that had yellow on the cover. I read After Sunset and I heard about on Booktube, and that was The Mouse Guard, Fall of 1152 by David Peterson. This is a graphic novel I heard about from Sam's channel at Sam's Nonsense, so I picked it up because I saw it in my library when I was perusing for some graphic novels for the Booktube-a-thon. So I picked that one up because it fit that found on Booktube, and I really enjoyed these. I even picked up The Winter 1152 and read both of these for the Booktube-a-thon. I gave them both 4 and 5-star ratings, I think. They were just like, it's like Redwall meets Middle-earth. Like, it had the Lord of the Rings element with these mice and these animals and these creatures of the forest, and it was just overall a really epic story, a really well told story, and really artistically well done for the artwork. It was just overall a delight to read. In fact, after reading those 2, I went and got the first 2 Redwall books out of my library because I never actually read the Redwall books. I just watched the television show when I was little, but these books reminded me so much of that. So if you guys haven't picked up these graphic novels yet, I would highly recommend them. They have a really epic Lord of the Rings type storyline going on, and that fellowship between these mice guard is super cute and super epic at the same time, so highly recommended. The next book I completed for the Booktube-a-thon was a fairy tale retelling that I had first been apprehensive about reading, but then when I started reading it, it was absolutely addicting. And that was Stitching Snow by R.C. Lewis. This is a sci-fi Snow White retelling, so if you really like the Lunar Chronicles, you're really going to like Stitching Snow. It had a lot of that sci-fi fairy tale elements feel from the Lunar Chronicles, but it still really hold on to its own story, its own genre, and I was addicted to R.C. Lewis's writing. It was so well written. I would pause, check Twitter, check Instagram for the Booktube-a-thon, and then I'd be like, okay, what was I watching? Because it played so well like a movie, I had to like kind of stop. Oh right, I was reading my book. Because it played so well with my imagination. It just kept you going and you wanted to keep reading it, and it was just an awesome, and it implemented all of those Snow White elements into a fairy tale sci-fi fiction. Really well done. I'm definitely going to be picking up more of R.C. Lewis's books in the future because the writing was probably the best part of this. Her characters are also extremely well done. I have a new favorite male character in Dane, her male lead in that book, and it was just awesome characters. Would highly recommend it. Gave it a solid 5-star rating, and will probably be doing a full-length review on this one as well. So for my non-Booktube-a-thon books I read in July, I only read 2 extra. Like I said, I was very busy this month with filling in for work, and at the same time as the Booktube-a-thon, I was exposed to strep throat, so I was trying to avoid getting strep throat, and I had a freak allergic reaction that I had no idea what I had reacted to, and I was on like a million antihistamines, and I was so drugged up on antihistamines it wasn't good. I get really severe allergic reactions on my lips, so it was a awful tiring month. So I'm even surprised I got 2 extra books in. But I ended up reading Everland by Wendy Spinelli, which I gave a 4.5-star rating to. I did a full-length review of this, so you guys can check that out above. I'll leave it linked there. Solidly good retelling. Absolutely loved it, and would highly recommend it. And I found out after I posted my review that it is going to be a series or a duology. I'm not too sure yet, but there is going to be a second book coming out, and I'm very excited for that. I will definitely be continuing on with this series. It was a solidly well written. Again, it was like another one that just played out with your imagination, like a movie in your head. I like it when books are like that because you just feel like you lived through an adventure, and Everland had that for me, so I would recommend this as a really good, adventurous fairy tale retelling. The next book I read, I started for the end of the Booktube-a-thon but didn't get it finished, and that is Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. After reading Everland and the Neverland Wars, I know I haven't yet read the full original work of Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, so I don't really have a lot to refer back when I'm reading retellings or watching movie adaptations. So I wanted for the first time to read the original work. And after reading the original work, this was a messed up story. Like, these children's classics, the things they have in them just boggles my mind. And the story felt really disjointed for me. And I have to say, I actually wasn't the biggest fan of the original. It's still a really beautiful concept, a really beautiful storyline. And it had that innocence of never wanting to grow up, and that discord between growing up and wanting to grow up, like Wendy and the boys, and Peter Pan not wanting to grow up. So it had a lot of great themes and life lessons through it, but the storyline itself was just disjointed for me. It was weird for me to read and didn't flow well, and it just wasn't my favorite children's classic. So I was really disappointed that I didn't enjoy this one as much as I thought I would. I gave it a 3-star rating. I do really enjoy worlds like Neverland, where you can create a whole plethora of storylines after that. But for the book, for the original itself, was just a disappointment for me, and a 3-star rating. So those are all the books I read in July. I have a huge stack of books out from the library right now to try and catch up on my Goodreads reading goal, as well as just get back into some reading, because July was a terrible month for just life. July was a bad month, but I was really glad I got to at least join in a little bit of the Booktube-a-thon, especially in the Instagram challenges, and just watching everybody else's and really loving the community spirit behind all of this. And I was watching a lot of my friends' video challenges and was really enjoying some of the creativity that came out of it. But everybody was so good. Like, to make a choice between any of these was just hard. So kudos to the judges for even making a choice. But yeah, I was really excited just to be a part of that community and in joining in some of the Twitter sprints, even though I couldn't do all of them. So thank you guys all for making what I could do of the Booktube-a-thon a lot of fun and a great community to join in. August will be a much better month for reading, as well as a much better month for uploading. So thank you guys all for sticking with me. Don't forget to follow me on my other social media. I have Twitter, Goodreads, and Instagram. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!